Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It is Lifetime Success again. We are still on the journey of interviewing our women warriors from the current edition of IBA Success Magazine. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Lifetime Success with yours truly, Jennifer Yon of IBA Success Magazine and Jennifer Yon Agency. As always, I love to bring amazing individuals to the platform that can educate you and empower you at the same time. Our Women Warrior spread in this current edition did that for multiple women. I know for me, just looking and reading all of the articles, I have been inspired and empowered throughout this whole campaign, and I look forward to so much more. Today's Lifetime Success interview is with Nesterine Blair. I'm excited to bring her to the platform, talk a little bit about who she is, what she does, and what she considers a woman warrior. So thank you all for joining me. Please take the time to share now and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on all social media platforms and allow me to welcome Ms. Nesterine Blair to IBA Success Lifetime interview of Women Warrior. Hi, Nesterine.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Looking gorgeous as usual.
Oh, thank you. I am just doing amazing. I feel so empowered to just be in a circle of amazing women that is just killing it in their industry.
Awesome.
So today, you are this edition's financial warrior. Okay,
Awesome.
that's strong right there to say you are a financial warrior.
Hey, somebody got to do it, Jennifer. And if the men are slacking, so.
Hey, the men are going to be kicking us in the next edition. We are going to be featuring them as well. So in this one, you are holding down that spot. And, tell me, what makes you a financial warrior?
Well, Jennifer, I grew up with what we call, I had a regular life, meaning I wasn't dirt poor, but I wasn't rich. Mm-hmm. And what I realized is that I maybe could have been born rich if my parents were financially educated. It's not their fault. Mm-hmm. But what I learned later in life, which I wish I had learned that years and years ago when my kids were younger, is that if you have the financial education that you need, because they don't teach it in high school, right?
Right.
So they teach you how not to have a baby or how to have one. They teach you everything. They teach you how to cook. But if you're having a really good relationship, what people don't realize is that most divorces are happening because of finances. And it's because people are not financially educated. So if they added that to our curriculum, we would be so much further along in life. But, we're not. So I decided once I learned, about finances, I was going to run with it. And my goal, my platform is to educate as many people as I can, starting with the young kids. And that's why I'm partnering with you on your nonprofit to educate the younger generation so we don't have that happening.
Yes, I love that. And I thank you so much for volunteering to educate our youth on financial literacy. Financial literacy is so important. And I mean, not just for youth, but for entrepreneurs. I mean, for everyone.
Exactly.
I've learned just with talking and networking with individuals, it doesn't matter if you are 16 years old or if you are 70 years old, you need to have financial literacy and planning for your future.
Yes, because with my kids, I found a bank when they were 13 that would have, they were able to open an account. We didn't have a lot of money to put in there, but it taught them some kind of responsibility of how to deal with money. Right. Mm-hmm. So I would give them their little allowance. They would put it in the bank and I would tell them, you have to do this with, what percentage you got to give back. Mm-hmm. You got to save. And then, that other percentage, you can spend it. But It wasn't enough. Right. Mm-hmm. Until I was educated. And now, like my son his credit score is like high 700s
Oh,
because I was able to tell him how to handle his money.
yes.
My daughter was able to buy a car because her credit is where it needs to be. They
Hmm.
don't have a bunch of money to save right now, which, like I said, if I knew what I know now years ago, they would be set, right? But
Yes.
it's never too late. You start when you can.
Yes. So as a financial warrior, you have dedicated, how many years in the industry of learning how and where to place your money?
I've been in the financial industry now for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the main services that you offer in the financial industry?
So what I do is I teach people how to make money. I teach
Hmm.
people how to save money, or
Hmm.
you can do both if you want to.
Okay.
Because once I became affiliated with the company I'm with, the main platform is leadership development. I'm a better person. I'm a better business person. I'm a better friend. I'm a better mother because of that, leadership development that I've obtained, all for free, by the way. So, I'm always learning, I'm always growing, and my goal is to share what I've learned with as many people who want to gravitate towards it.
Awesome. So if you are just tuning in, we are interviewing our women warriors. We're speaking right now with Nesterine. Nesterine is our financial warrior. If you are just tuning in, number one, if you want to make money or if you want to save money, you want to reach out to Nesterine. What is the best way for a person to contact you? Because I'm sure there's not one person that's watching that says, I don't want to make money or I want to save money.
It doesn't matter how much you have,
Right,
there's always more out there, right?
right.
So I can be contacted at wfgconnects.com slash
Mhm.
Nesterine Blair. You could
Okay.
call my cell phone 321-438-6228.
Okay.
And you could shoot me a text. You could messenger me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Nesterine Blair. On Instagram at Nesty Blair.
Okay.
Nestyblair. So that's, 4 ways in which you can contact me.
Awesome. So you are on page 41. You're on page
Yes.
41 in this current edition. Okay. But you also write an article in this edition. Tell us a little bit about your article while I pull it up.
Okay. So, I'm what do you say? A business owner. And
Okay.
I've been a business owner for 10 years, been a financial professional for 5.
Mhm.
And, people always say to me, Nestrine, you're such a strong person because I've been a single mom since 2001. So I raised 2 kids, got them through college, and minimal students loan, by the way. Um, and that was a proud moment for me. It was the proudest moment of my life when I watched my 2 kids walk across stage. So, for people out there who think they can't do it, and it's just your mindset. If you tell yourself you can do something, you're going to get it done. So people say, as a woman you can't own a business. They're scared because it's so competitive. And when we're talking, I opened a real estate brokerage in 2010, which the market was still down from the 2008 crash. But I said to myself, Jennifer, that I can do this. I am going to open the business and I'm going to learn while everybody else is scurrying and worried about their money. So I opened when the market was down so I could learn under the radar. So nobody would realize Nestrine is messing up anything. But fortunately I didn't, right?
Right.
But yes, and I still have my real estate brokerage. I have 20 agents on my roster right now. And like with any business, it's the numbers work the way the numbers work. You have 20% of the people doing 80% of the work. And the 20 agents don't all work, but I'm still here to mentor them through life. Because I realized that most of my agents are women. I have 3-4 men on the team.
Mhm.
But ladies need a lot of help most of the times going through life, because people tell us we can't, and I don't give into that, because I know I can. So it's all about helping them, showing them that yes, you can, and we will. You're in an industry where it's dominated. In the financial industry is more male than female. But right now, women are taking over that field. They're making the same amount of money the men are making. But as women, we have to realize, if you're in a male dominated field, you just have to put in the work. And yes, you might have to work harder to get it done, but you need to know what it is you want in life and what you need to do to get what you want. Right. So I'm willing to put in the work to show that I can be just as good as my male counterparts.
Yes. That's just a whole strong thing, especially in this edition where we are women warriors, to know that we can be just as strong. We can dominate industries the same way. So you've been in the real estate industry for how many years?
18 years.
When you started out, was it more about creating revenue, or was it more about just placing, I would say, families into homes? What was it that pushed you into real estate?
Well, Jennifer, when I moved from New York, my marriage went further south, north. I came south. So I became a single mom. And I had worked for a major insurance company for 10 years. And when I moved to Orlando, nobody would employ me because every time I had an interview, they said I was overqualified. And I got up one day, the day after Thanksgiving, and I said, I am not going to buy my kids Christmas gifts on a credit card. And I went to the mall. I said, I'm going to get a job in a store just until because 9/11 had happened and the country was in chaos. So I said, okay, let me go to the store and get a job. And after Christmas, I'll start, job hunting again. And I went to work with JCPenney's, and I worked as if they were paying me like maybe $50,000. But Jennifer, when I got my paycheck, it couldn't pay my car payment. It was like crazy. But anyway, so there was a lady there that observed me every day. She was in real estate, and she said, Nesterine, I cannot understand how you get people to come in here and spend so much money on clothes. And I'm like, I don't know. She said, if you can do that, you can do real estate. And I thought about it. I spoke to my boss. He gave me the time off to go to school. He actually was one of my first clients. I sold his house, and he moved to Daytona, and I sold him his house there too. Okay. So yeah. And then I started working with a major firm. And I remembered somebody telling me, they told us we had to do our goals. And I said, okay, so I think I was already making 50 plus in New York, for salary. And so I said, okay, let me see, I should be able to make $40,000. And this gentleman looked at me and said, Nesterine, you can't do that. And I'm like, he didn't know what he did. Can't? You tell me I can't?
Yes.
So Jennifer, I doubled up. And I made $55,000 that year.
Wow.
And long story short, I tried to expand to become a mortgage broker. And they told me, oh, you can't do both with us, yada, yada. And I'm like, really? So I left that company, went to work with a company who allowed me to do both. I became a mortgage broker because I realized I could help my clients more. And then when the market crashed in 2008, things changed. And what I realized is that all my counterparts were calling me and asking me for advice. And I'm like, you have a broker, but you're coming to me. So wouldn't it make sense for me to go become a broker so you can ask me the question and then I get paid for it? Right. So that's what I did. So that's how Blair Realty came about. But Jennifer, it was awesome helping clients, because every time I handed somebody a key, and I saw the smile in their face, and it reminded me, this is the biggest financial purchase most of these people are going to do. It was very fulfilling. But in 2008, when they start handing me their keys back because they can't afford these homes, I'm like, oh, Lord,
What,
But
what do you do now?
what do I do now, right?
Yeah.
So, that's why I opened my brokerage. I helped a lot of them save their homes, getting their modifications. The ones who couldn't, we did short sales on their properties. And, in 2014, my mom got sick. And, I took time off to help with her, my siblings and I, and she passed in 2015. And, where after she died, I went back to work a month later, and I was working really, really hard to catch up. Because Jennifer, after 6 months, my savings were gone. Right? I had 2 kids in college at the time. I still had, my daughter was in DC. Her boarding, she had an apartment that was really expensive. Just think about it, living in DC. So I had to keep paying that. So when I went back to work, I'm like, ooh, I got to hurry up. And I guess for me, faith, I'm very, very faith-based.
Okay.
And faith led me to walk into a meeting, and these people were really excited. And I said to this gentleman, I said, why are you people so happy? And he said to me, I'm going to go do a presentation right now, but can we meet tomorrow?
Okay.
I've been seeing these people in my office all this time. Nobody said anything to me. And I met with him the following day. And when he told me what the crusade of the company was, what their mission is, no family left behind. And I remember all these families who went through the struggles in 2008. And then when he told me what I had to do to become affiliated with their firm, I said I could just skip a nail appointment and pay for that.
Right.
So it was like a no-brainer for me, because I remember opening my real estate company. I had to come up with thousands and thousands of dollars and pay all these fees, still had to take an exam. And you had to be a real estate agent for 2 years before you can open a real estate company. You got to go do that. And he just told me I had to go take a state exam and pay a nominal fee. I'm like, okay, I'm in. But it was such a great decision that I'll never, ever give that up, because I've been able to help so many families since then. It's unbelievable. Jennifer, I've had clients who they had, products, because we do life insurance, we do annuities, we help people when they retire. And I helped multiple people who, just with a basic term life insurance policy, diagnosed with cancer, and their term policy paid them thousands and thousands of dollars while they were out sick.
Wow.
Right? I've never heard of that anywhere else.
That is phenomenal. And, everything that you do, I think, is such a great added benefit from educating to, securing your future, your financial future.
Exactly. I helped a gentleman the other day, and it wasn't a lot of money. And this is what I tell people. Most people think sitting with a financial professional, you have to have lump sums of money. This poor gentleman had $12,000 in his 401k. And he spoke to me and he said, I'm 65, I can move, and like 4 days later, his 12,000 was down to 9,000.
Wow.
I was able to move his 9,000, where he's now gaining interest. He'll never lose a penny off of that 9,000. So it doesn't matter what happened to the market, right? Because most people say, oh, I'll just wait for the market to come back. If you lose something, you never get it back. You start from scratch again, right? And he was able to move his $9,000, and he can contribute monthly to keep building that. And he'll never lose any money off it. So it doesn't matter what happened to the market. So for people who are not stock savvy, I have nothing against the stock market, because it works. And it works for people who know how to work it. But if you don't understand the basics, there goes your money, right?
Yes. And that is why you are our financial warrior, because you have so much knowledge to be able to help a person from planning from their future to making their first purchase. just understanding what to do with their money. If you're just tuning in, we have been just talking with Nesterine, and she has been giving us so much pieces of your life story, which we are so thankful. You've talked to us about your family,
Yes.
your why, and our why for this interview is because you are a warrior at what you do, and we want to make sure that everyone that needs your services can contact you. What is the best way? Is an email? Is there an email address? Is there a phone number? What would
My
you say?
email is very easy. It's my full name at gmail.com. Nobody
Okay.
else has that name, so you can't mess it up. You
You
know,
can
you can mess it up, but yeah, get it right and you'll get to me.
yes. So if you
My
want
phone number is 321-438-6228. And
okay.
Jennifer, I want to reach that 95% of America who needs to know what the 5% knows. The 5% who is killing it, who is making more than $250,000 a year. I need to reach the 95% that's making less and who is working for the 5%, right?
Yes.
Making money for that 5%. So I need to help you move over.
Yes. So if you're watching and you are just trying to figure out where you are with your finances, definitely reach out to Nesterine. Read her article in this current edition. She has an amazing article on thriving as a Black woman. Of course, IBASuccessmagazine.com. We hit on Women Warrior. We hit on Black history. So Nesterine, I am thankful that you have given us so much direction, guidance, motivation. What would you say to a woman right now that is sitting at home, maybe having young kids, single parent, not know where her next check is going to come from, or maybe have nothing saved for her future? What is that advice in closing out today?
Okay, so Jennifer, the pandemic was crazy. And, my condolences to anybody who was affected by the pandemic. But on the other hand, what the pandemic did or caused to happen was it's allowing us now to work from home. My financial services business is now Zoom based. I have business in Ohio, Texas, New York, Florida, all over Florida. I'm doing business with people I've never met because of the pandemic. I see them on Zoom, but I've never met them in person. Right. Now you can do this business from home. I'm not saying you have to join my firm to do this business, but you might be sorry if you don't. But there is a lot out there that you can do online now. So if you're at home wondering what your next step is, you need to do some kind of research. Call me. If you and I are not a good fit, because guess what? My business is not for everybody, and we're looking for people who are looking for us. We're not begging anybody to be part of our business. But there are other things out there you can do, right? You can become a virtual assistant, for example. There are a lot of other things out there you can do online now. So if you don't have that, you need to, get out, get on Zoom, get going, for those people who are working and have nothing saved, it's tax time. You need to talk to me. I can tell you what to do with that taxes, right? Because you're going to get that money and that Louis bag is going to look great, but you cannot take that Louis bag to Publix and get food, right? So my job is to educate people of how to, and I watched a video recently with Candy Burris, that lady from Atlanta Housewives. She's a producer. And Candy said when she started in business, when most people were buying the Range Rover and the Louis bags, she bought life insurance. And she was later able to use her money from her life insurance to purchase her first home and send her daughter to college. A lot of us don't even know that's something that's possible, right?
Right.
So the main thing is to get educated. So anybody out there, if you're sitting home, call me. I'll have you take a look at the overview of our company. And like I said, it might not be a fit, but the education is free, right? So, people just need to know. And most people are suffering because of lack of knowledge. So I just need you all to get financially educated. And can we talk a little bit about what we're going to do with the kids?
We can. So
Yes.
the IBA Success Platform is all about educating and promoting. And if you're just tuning in, we are talking with Nesterine. Nesterine is with Blair Realty, financial warrior. She has so much wealth of knowledge that it only made sense to partner with her with my nonprofit, Young Success. So when I told you all about the idea, and exactly what I want to do with youth. Of course, our youth need to understand the finances. So if you're watching right now and you are a parent and you want your child to understand financial literacy, one, contact me through Young Success. I'll go ahead and put my email address out there. It's info, I believe, at youngsuccess.com.
I'm looking for my book, Jennifer.
So contact me. That's number one, to get your child registered in the program. And Nesterine, she is going to do some amazing things for them. So I'm going to let you tell
I
them,
found it.
yes,
Yeah.
what you are going to do. And this is all under the Young Success program. Again, if you have a child that you want them to learn financial literacy, listen what our program will be doing for you.
So I'm going to be giving each child this book. So I'm going to buy a bulk of this book, and each kid is going to get one book. Now, once they read the book and they can explain, it's very easy. It looks like comic strip, but it's financial literacy, right? Mm-hmm. Once they read this book and we know they understand what happens in this book, I am going to help each child to open their first bank account. So we're going to find out how much it is to open the bank account, and we're going to match whatever. We're going to figure out how to get them to help them to open their first bank account. Yeah. And then they're going to be accountable to us to manage that money.
Mm-hmm. So what we are doing is providing literacy and then creating an execution plan, starting with opening a bank account and depositing that first deposit in that youth bank account. Nesterine and I will be matching deposits. So this will be an amazing opportunity for youth to understand, one, financial literacy, and to see their money work for them, to see it in an actual account and have that understanding at a young age. Nesterine, I thank you so much for volunteering the financial literacy part of Young Success, for being a supporter. Oh my goodness. You have been, with me from the beginning.
Yes.
You are one of my original supporters with IBA Success Magazine. Watching you has allowed me to continue growing and providing great content that's been educating nationally. So I thank you for being a part. I thank you for being one of our women warriors and for sharing so much knowledge today. Again, if you want to reach out to Nesterine, email her, because there's so many different ways that she can help you, from purchasing a home to securing your financial future. Nesterine, what is that woman warrior to you?
For me, the woman warrior is the lady who gets up every day and realizes that each man out there puts their pants on the same way my daddy put his pants on, one foot at a time. They're not above us. They're not below us. We can do great things just as they can. I might not want to jump on top of a roof, but I can tell somebody how to jump on top of a roof. I mean, I can educate you just as well as my male counterpart, and I can work just as hard.
There you go. And you heard it right here. Lifetime Success, Women Warriors Edition. We're closing out with Nesterine Blair. Make sure you check her out. Financial Warrior. She's on page 41. If you are reading the electronic edition, all you have to do is hit the link and it will go directly to her website or email. And if you want to purchase an edition, they are available for purchase. Just give us a call. Reach out to us, subscribe online. And ladies, don't forget, we have your Women Warrior shirts available for purchase. All of those links is in this live. I thank you all so much for joining us for another Lifetime Success, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Bye-bye.
Bye.